Hello, welcome to your favorite bookish podcast, Fully Booked and Caffeinated. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Heather.
And today we have our monthly bonus episode, Bookish Banter and More, where we discuss the other books we've been reading this past month and whether we recommend them, and also our other favorite pop culture obsessions. This is August's recap, which it has been a month.
It has.
I had lots of great time with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended the month with a swollen face and I start school in just a few days. So
going out with a bang.
Things are not great. We finally got some nice weather and barely were able to enjoy it. So
Love that for us.
But spooky season is here. So
it is.
Let's talk about what we're drinking. What are you drinking?
I have a iced brown sugar shaken espresso from Starbucks.
Delicious.
With some brown sugar cold foam. The barista who made it was training, so I was nervous, but it's actually pretty good.
I should have gone back and been like, this is your calling. You did a great job.
She had like pink hair, but like different shades, and actually looked really nice.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I would have complimented her, but I was very overstimulated.
Yeah.
That Target was having a day.
Target Starbucks is always a risk.
Yeah. But
I have a cherry Coke, but you best believe tomorrow on my way home from my test, I am getting my first pumpkin from Starbucks. It's going to be a little treat. So looking forward to it.
As you should.
It's the only thing getting me through tonight and tomorrow morning. All right. So cheers.
Cheers.
All right, so I have like no books. I did read the entire T's exam review book. And it was 580 pages with exercises and a practice exam. And I did get it from the library, so I didn't have to spend money on that bullshit. Yeah.
I didn't realize you could get that from the library.
Yeah, very important that you can get really these study things from the library.
Yeah. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, so mark that as 0 stars. And I have a DNF, but it's more of a read later.
Okay.
It's Deadly Animals by Marie Tierney.
Okay.
I got like 3/4 of the way through and I didn't dislike it. I was just listening to the audiobook and I had so much other stuff going on. So I wasn't like really paying attention. And then my hold expired and I was just like, oh, okay. So I wasn't like dying to get through the rest of it. So I'm going to try it again. And I might try the physical copy, but it's not like the top of my TBR, you know?
Yeah. You had a lot going on.
Yeah. But I did finally finish The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. That one took me like a month. I kept having to take breaks because it's very sad.
It's very sad.
It's so sad.
Very, very sad.
Even like the first 5 minutes of it, when I learned the concept that she would just never be remembered by anyone ever. I was like, this is so fucking sad. Why am I listening to this?
Yeah.
But I loved how unique the storyline was. I love the writing, obviously. We've talked about her writing plenty. I do think the pacing was a little slow and like kind of repetitive with her POVs specifically.
I agree.
So I think I would have loved it if it was about like 100 pages shorter. Because a lot of her like flashback stuff, I just didn't find it as interesting as the current timeline. So, I mean, I definitely recommend it. And the audiobook was great.
Yeah, the audio is so good.
It's so good. So I definitely recommend it. But I mean, I felt the same way about Bury Our Bones. Like it could have been 100 pages shorter, you know?
I think that she's just like a writer.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because everything flows and everything goes together. I think just because like we read so many books, like the turnover of books is quick. So I'm like, I could be reading another book for 100 pages. You know what I mean?
It's true.
And then I read Youth Juice by E.K. Safiu. This is basically about this girl who gets a job at this skincare company. and they're doing some real weird stuff to get their skincare ingredients. It's a horror book. I liked this. I didn't love it, but it had like lots of potential. There's a lot of women versus women and the toxicity of influencer culture. So it's very relevant to our times right now. I think the reason I didn't love it is because it just didn't really like dive into the characters enough. So there wasn't like, I wasn't invested in the characters. You know what I mean? So, but I think, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this was a debut novel and it kind of read like that.
Okay.
And then last but not least, my favorite read of the month was Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Yes, that's right. You did read that this month.
Oh, I loved it. It ripped my heart out. At the beginning, there's a bunch of like space speak, and they introduce all the characters at once, and I was just very overwhelmed. But then it slowed down, and there's just so much to love. I don't want to give anything away because like I could go on.
I want to read it, and I don't want to know anything about it.
No, you'll absolutely love it. I don't know what kind of crack Taylor Jenkins Reid is putting in her books.
It's crazy.
But I am here for it.
Same.
And like this one was a sapphic love story. So I'm like, it's about space and women and it's really fucking good. Okay. So everyone needs to, and I read the physical copy, but I did hear that the audiobook was really good. So.
Okay. I have it. I'm on the wait on Libby for it, but I'm debating if I just want to buy it. So I do have $5 Barnes and Noble's reward. So
it might be worth it. Yeah. I would probably end up buying a physical copy. I got it, the Lucky Day books at the library where they have the new releases.
Yes.
So
nice.
I picked it up and flew through it. I loved it so much.
Good.
So even though I didn't have many reads, I had a very good read. So I'm okay with it.
That's all that matters. You just need one good one.
It's true. And it makes the whole month worthwhile.
You know, when you have the months where you're like, nothing I read was, aside from like the pod books, if they're not good, then it's like, all right.
Kind of a waste. All right. So what did you read this month?
Actually, I have 7.
Whoa, girl.
And they're all romances. Currently, I'm trying to read the same author and just read all their books. So that's basically what I did. And Kindle Unlimited is great for that when it comes to romance. But I finished the last book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, which is the one that I had read the 3 last month, or 2 of them last month. And this was Lila Sage. And this was Wild and Wrangled. So this one is a second chance romance. That's what I do. I'm just going to give you what the tropes are because they're all romances. And I don't need to really dive any further. Like, I just have to give you what the tropes are, and then you can like, take it from there. But yeah, this was a second chance romance. I read the entirety of the Gold Rush Ranch series. God, that's like I don't like how that sounds in my mouth.
Like, it sounds in my mouth.
There's 4, and this is by Elsie Silver, and she's
one of your favorites.
She really is. And spoiler alert, she has a new book coming out next month, so that's one of my upcoming releases. Okay. But this was all cowboy-esque. They're not like all cowboy, but it's horse farms for like racing horses.
Oh, okay. Racing horses.
Yeah. So I like it. It's actually kind of cute because all 4 books are like a play on horse racing.
Okay.
So like the first book is Off to the Races. And this is kind of like an enemies to lovers trope, but that's a stretch. But it's like a horse trainer working on a billionaire's ranch, and he's very much like an asshole, and she's not. But she's very snarky, which we love a snarky female main character.
We sure do.
The second one is A Photo Finish, and this is a forced well, they do fork, yes. It is a forced proximity meets grumpy ex-sunshine. And I do love a grumpy, tortured soul. So sorry.
He lost me at they do fork.
They all fork in all these books.
Okay.
So this is, the main character, Cole, is like definitely kind of like a morally gray guy, and he's very grumpy and tortured, which that's my kryptonite. The third in the series, which was actually my favorite of the series, is The Front Runner. And this is a fake dating trope. Again, kind of a stretch, and it's the guy falls first trope. But this one was really, really good. I liked that one. And then the fourth one which was my least favorite, is A False Start. And I'm surprised it was my least favorite because it's an age gap romance. And I love an age gap.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just not well executed in the majority of it. I felt like it couldn't really find its footing and it didn't really mesh well. But the ending was really great. Like the last few chapters I loved. And this is probably also the spiciest out of the four. So I think that's kind of why it maybe wasn't as good, because I felt like they focused a lot on like the spice.
Okay.
And it didn't kind of mesh as well as the other ones. I read Love Arranged by Lauren Asher, which is the last book in the Lakefront Billionaires. This came out this month, and I also love Lauren Asher. I'm actually now reading another one of her series now, and this one is like a fake engagement / dating trope, and it was just really good. This is like a tie. It's so close to being my favorite, but my favorite is like actually my favorite. But this one was really good. Like I just finished this one yesterday, and this was the book that I put in the app. It was just so, she's just a really, really good author. Like her stories, she's so good at doing the plot and building on the plot, where to the point where you're actually like invested in like these people, and you're like, I feel like I know you, like you're real,
which is like something that is sometimes missing from romance books, of course. So.
Yeah. So I'm reading her Dirty Air series now, which is like F1 Formula race drivers. So I'm almost done with the first one already, and I'm gonna like it. And then my favorite book was Carly Fortune's new book, One Golden Summer. It was just so good. I love her so much. She just announced the cover for her new book that's coming out next year, so I'm already like excited about that. But this one takes place on the lake, of course, like every single one of her books, and never wanted a lake house, but now I do. And it's like an opposites attract trope. It's got like a medium level of spice. So she does a lot of like closed door romance where it doesn't really go into as much detail. It does like a little bit, but not as much as like the other ones that I read. And Charlie Florrick, who is the main male character, and he was in her first book, Every Summer After. You didn't read that one yet, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so he's like the brother of the main male character in that book. So this is kind of it's like a sequel, but not. Like you can read them as like standalones. You don't have to like read them together. But yeah, it was just so good. Like I'm literally obsessed with her. Like
that's good. I'm glad it didn't disappoint.
It didn't. It was I actually think it might be my favorite from her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Every Summer After was my favorite, but I think that this one actually might take the cake. And I think it's just because the way that she wrote Charlie, he was just probably one of the best like male characters I've read in a while.
Okay. I like it.
I'm gonna give them to you, and you can like read them in back to back.
Yeah, I definitely want to read them.
You don't have to do them like, I'll wait for it's cool.
Maybe next summer.
Maybe, yeah. Wait, no, you should, yeah, because they're like really good. I'm actually going to, I have like my lineup of the books I'm going to read next, and I'm finally going to read Meet Me at the Lake, even though it's like not her favorite. I'm going to read it, and that way I'm done with all of her books. I've read every single one. So yeah.
And then you can rank yours from favorite to least favorite.
Exactly. So yeah, August was the month of romance.
All right. So you're still in your romance era, and then...
Constantly. I think I will be for a while.
Probably. But you're going to have to throw in some spookies in there.
I know.
For spooky season.
Well, I already know what our October book is going to be. And it's going to be a romance, but I think kind of spooky.
Okay, a spooky romance. I love it. That means I'm going to have to pick a real horrifying horror book.
I know.
Okay. All right. So I just looked up the upcoming releases because I forgot before. But what you already gave us a little
the one, so Wild
preview.
Card, which is the fourth and final in the Rose Hill series. And this one is going to be an age gap romance. So I'm excited to read it.
Okay.
And I'm hoping it's better than their other one that she wrote. But we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
And then Soul Searching by Lila Sage, who I just talked about. She has a new book coming out, a new series. So I think this one was called Sweetwater Peak, but it's like paranormal. So it's going to be like a paranormal romance. So she's going from cowboy romance to paranormal romance. I've never seen that big of a jump. So I'm excited to see how she does. But she's young. Like, she's a young author. Like, she's only like 25.
Is someone going to get fucked by a ghost? Like in Scary Movie 2?
We'll see.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that one comes out. Those are the two that I saw that I was like most interested in. There's like other books. Like I saw like Rachel Harrison. I know her new book comes out.
So hers is on my list. Play Nice by Rachel Harrison. This is a haunted house one, and I love a haunted house book. I'll probably read that one
for sure. Yeah, I like a haunted house vibe.
And I love Rachel Harrison. I feel like I'm never like, oh my God, that was the best book I've ever read, but I still like them.
Yeah.
And then also We Love You Bunny by Mona Awad, which I completely forgot. I had another DNF this month. I think it was this month.
Was it one of her books?
Yeah. So her newer one, Rouge, I DNF'd it because it was too fucking weird for me. But
you read Bunny though, didn't you?
I read Bunny and I liked it. I didn't love it, but I still think about it to this day.
Yeah, because I remember I saw that and I was like, I think Kelsey liked the first one.
I mean, it's definitely a very popular one. Like a lot of people have read Bunny because it's like a feminist horror, and it's like super weird. So I definitely will read We Love You Bunny. I feel like this is a much anticipated sequel. And then, okay, this is a different from my normal speed. So let me look up the other book that I just bought because it's around the same wavelength. Here we go. Okay. So the book is called Scream With Me by Eleanor Johnson. This is the new one that's coming out in September. And it's nonfiction. It's about horror films and the rise of American feminism from 1968 to 1980. And it's basically showing, like, breaking down how horror films in those years, like in the 70s, talk about like women and like the cultural attitudes towards women and how at a time when women's rights were, kind of up for debate. Oh, wait, they still are right now. But you know what I mean? When they were originally up for debate, it was very prevalent in horror movies. And so this is my new nonfiction genre because I just bought this other book, which I had been wanting for a while. I finally ordered it. It's called Unlikable Female Characters, Flawed Female Characters and the Power They Hold. And it's basically about like female characters in movies and TV that pop culture wants you to hate because they're like flawed and complex, which we talk about all the time on this podcast. Yeah. So this is my new thing. Okay. When will I have the time? I don't know. Sure. Sure. I'd love to read nonfiction on top of my science textbooks. Anyway.
That's just you're really working your brain overtime on that one.
I'm tired. Okay. So we have some that we're excited about.
Yes.
All right. So we've got a new little section we're going to talk about today.
I don't know what it is. You didn't.
So instead of book news, we're going to talk about a book topic, and I'll tell you why. Okay. So today our book topic is trigger warnings. So someone lit me up on TikTok for recommending My Dark Vanessa. First of all, they were mad that I didn't provide like an explicit trigger warning. I was like, okay. And then they were mad that I recommended it at all because she personally tells people not to read it. And I was like, okay, like you're entitled to your own opinion, as am I. But the point is, how much of a responsibility do we have as book reviewers and podcasters to issue trigger warnings? Because, like, personally, I am not triggered by books. I read real fucked up shit. And if a book is getting too weird for me, I just DNF it. And I'm like, that got a little too weird for me. But if I knew that I was going to be triggered, it would be my responsibility to check trigger warnings before I read any book.
That's would be my assumption.
Right? And then I think the biggest problem is that there's so many different things that could be triggering. So if I say, okay, I'm going to flag what I think could be triggering from this book that I'm recommending, and then I miss something, is that now my fault because you thought that I prepared you by giving you the trigger warnings, but I missed one that's actually very triggering for you?
Yeah. No, it's not. I don't think it's our responsibility. You know, if I recommend a book, I think that you should look it up and see if it's something that you're interested in first off. And if it's the topic seems like something that might be triggering, look to see what the trigger warnings are. I don't know. I just think that's common sense, but
yeah, I think so too. And I think it's like, because the whole concept of like the internet and like cancel culture and all this, like we want to find every little reason to have a problem with something, and we want to be able to say like, oh, this book is wrong because X, Y, and Z. It's like, you could find triggers in any book. You could find a million triggers in any book, in frickin' Harry Potter, for Christ's sake. But the fact is, like, if I know my personal triggers, then, like we said, it's our responsibility to check that, or to see if a book that is recommended to you, if someone recommends a book, especially like a lot of the horror book talkers that I follow, I'll look at it and be like, no, this trope isn't really like my thing. Not that it's necessarily a trigger, but I'm going to look into the book before I decide to read it.
Of course.
So it's like, how does that become the responsibility of the person recommending? My whole point is like, the whole point with like the cancel culture thing is like, I feel like anytime anyone gets some semblance of, not power, but some semblance of like influence, we want to have an issue with what they say.
Yeah, I agree.
And like, instead of just keeping it to yourself, you got to be like, well, I wouldn't recommend that book. Okay, so don't. On your page, you don't have to.
Listen, it's the internet. People don't know how to hold back their opinions.
They truly do not. And like, I don't care about a troll on the internet, obviously, because if we all cared about trolls on the internet, truly. But it's just like one of those book topics that gets talked about a lot. And like,
yeah,
sometimes we do give trigger warnings before we're going to be discussing a book, because like we are going to be going in more detail. Yeah.
And like, that's understandable. But I feel like reading is kind of a little different.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those like hot topics for readers, and especially people who recommend books, talk about books, etc. And I also feel like people that you're following, or so, like if I'm following people on Book Talk and they're giving all these great recommendations, whatever, and then they're like, oh, and by the way, Silent Patient was the best book I've ever read. I'm like, unfollow. You know what I mean? So if you don't like one of my recommendations, fine.
No, I'm not going to go in your comments and be like, that was actually the worst book, and here's why.
Keep
X,
it
Y,
moving.
and Z. Like, no. So you'd be like, all right. Because I mean, I don't know.
You're going to find someone else who has the same interest as you.
Yeah. You don't have to be friends with every single person on the internet.
And like, because I know that I'm a person who's not triggered by crazy things in books, I don't really think about it as much. But that's why, especially like Storygraph is an amazing platform for that, because they have like lists and lists of the trigger warnings, and also they have different severity levels. So it'll be like,
that's good, moderate,
like different levels of it. So if you know that something is going to trigger you, that's the place to look. Not on my TikTok.
My TikTok is not the spot.
It's not the spot. Also, I recommend My Dark Vanessa, but that's not the point either.
I mean, I do too. I recommend it to you.
And for the record, whenever we recommend books like this, we're like, yes, it does say something about us that we're reading this book, and we don't care.
I like a fucked up book. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Sure do.
I just do.
Yeah, so if anyone has any other book topics.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
There's just so many book topics, but like so many things that, like gain popularity on the internet.
Yeah.
Anything you want us to discuss, this could be our new little segment on here.
I like it.
We'll see how it goes. Anyway, read the fucking trigger warnings yourselves, people. That's the moral of the story. Like, if you're reading a paranormal romance and you want to know if the ghosts are fucking people, you gotta do your due diligence. Exactly. You know what I mean? Some people are into that.
Yeah.
Anywho. All right, let's move along. All right, let's move away from books, unless you have any other book things.
No, that was actually it.
All right, so let's talk about TV, movies, podcasts, etc. This past month, we obviously watched Perfect Match. I can't believe that was this past month.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I know. I actually thought this season was really good, but I think it's so stupid how they wait an entire year.
Yeah, I don't get that. They do that all the time, and I don't know if it's for like editing reasons or what. But
I really don't know, and I feel like we're just spoiled by watching so much Love Island, where it's just, you know, a day in post or whatever.
Exactly.
And then Bachelor in Paradise is almost over.
Thank God.
What do you think of this season?
Yeah, it's like meh. I like the concept though of like, I like that they're changing it, because I do think that the entirety of the show needed like a rebrand. And I do think that the new producers are doing a really good job. Like, I laugh a lot, especially in the beginning, like with their openings and stuff,
and the chyrons. And...
yeah, exactly. And the editing, I think, is really cool. But I don't know, like, I think it's just the people that are on it.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some flaws, but like you said, I'm happy they're going in a new direction. I think there's not enough people, and there should have been a much better system to make sure that more Goldens would stay.
I know, because I didn't like that. Because I mean, like,
I wanted to see more of them.
They didn't really get a chance, and it's just, yeah. But I like the idea of doing competitions, because I'm all for competitions on dating shows. And yeah, we'll see. Next week is the finale. Thank God.
Yeah, I'm ready for it to be over.
Me too.
And then Love Island USA is finally over, and we can stop fucking talking about it. Even though everyone will be talking about it for the next week at least, while these second rounds of press interviews come out, because we just saw the reunion.
Did you tell me this, or you might have told me this, or it could have been my other friends, that Austin was like waiting a year until my NDA is up?
I told you that. Yeah. Because apparently he had some crazy crash out that they didn't show, because they ended up filming for like over 12 hours.
That's insane.
I think they said like 15 hours or something, and it was only a 2-hour reunion. So like, obviously they cut out so much stuff. A lot of things like weren't addressed fully, but I will say Ariana and Andy Cohen are like the perfect tag team, because they're kind of like good cop, bad cop. Like, she's their friend. She was out there filming with them, and she's like invested in them. And he's like, a month of self-reflection.
He went at Huda.
I love Andy so much. He don't give a fuck. You're never going to cancel Andy Cohen. Like, it's just not going to happen. And he's not scared of the fucking Huda stands. So, yeah, I just felt like, obviously, I feel like we weren't going to be happy with it no matter what, because we're always going to want something more from it.
And because I also feel like the season was a crash out. And it just wasn't good. So I don't think we were ever going to get any resolution to anything, because none of the contestants are owning up to their shit. They just keep like,
I moved past it. They just
keep recycling the shit that they're saying, and they're not owning up to anything, and they never will. They're in their early 20s. They could give a fuck less. So, whereas like last season I felt was, you know, they owned up to like when they fucked up and everything. And this season they're just kind of like, oh, I just, you know, blah, 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 blah.
I do wish that Love Island UK would do this format where they have a reunion a few weeks later, because like, so much drama happens with them after the fact, and like, I don't need to see a reunion the night of the final vote.
No,
like, let them get out there and see all the crazy shit that's been happening.
I know Shakira and Harry are still together, and I'm like, I'll give that a little bit more time.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Hate to see that.
I know.
Well, it hasn't been that long, so yeah, we'll give them some more time.
True.
Love is Blind UK.
Yes.
This season is really good.
Yeah, it was actually. I was very happy with this season. I feel the UK is like better than like the US
because
version sometimes.
US, we freaking lost the plot. Like, especially the last season where there was like 6 episodes of In the Pods. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
But I liked this because there was drama, but there was still love.
Yeah.
And like usually on the US, we get one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually did see that the finale, no, the reunion is on Sunday. So it's not until, so by the time this comes out, it'll already be out.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really looking forward to that because
I need to see.
I actually feel like I got invested in like some of these couples, and I feel like I don't get that crazy about it.
Well, the problem is that these women are 10s.
Yeah. Like
Sarover, Barda, Katisha, forgetting. Ashley's a 10 personality. Yeah. Isn't there another one?
There is. There was 5. Katisha didn't make it to the altar.
Barda's. Oh, Megan.
I'm obsessed with Meg.
Like, these women are 10s.
Yeah.
And the men are like, oh, I'm so happy at the reveal. Like, of course you are.
Huh?
You blind? But I also really love Kieran because I thought that he was going to be a fuckboy. But he is so a lover boy.
But and I think it's because he's a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's a nerd. Like, he's a hot nerd. And the hot nerds are the good ones.
Mm-hmm. Like, he's just such a lover boy. And it was this whole thing of like, do I like Meg more than she likes me? And like, you never saw that coming. Sophie would have eaten him alive.
Well, that's the thing. I was like nervous when he was going to meet Sophie at the, when they do like the whole meetup with everybody. But he was so respectful to Meg and everything. And
unlike someone else who wasn't respectful.
And I don't think that him and Sophie would have worked anyways.
No.
Because she's so surface level and he wants to get deep. Like, he wants to know everything about you. Where Sophie just is like, well, of course you would have great sex. Look at me. And I'm like, okay, well, it's more than that.
Well, and you can also tell that he is more sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he's like Freddie.
He was very affected. Yes, like he was very affected by Meg not professing her love right away. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Sophie's mean humor would have gotten really old.
A Freddie Catherine situation if he had chosen Sophie. But
I think so too.
He went with like the person that he had more of the emotional connection with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which Freddie should have done. I don't remember who his other connections were, but his was not great. Yeah, so I really do like it. And now I'm like, oh, obviously we have to watch because, I know that Javen's dumbass is going to be on Perfect Match one day. I just know it.
Of course he is.
Or the spleen king over there.
Oh, God.
Kill me. Yeah.
Is his name Patrick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bruh. Now with that MLM, your spleen coaching. Anyway, other reality, Big Brother, which we were talking about before we got on here. We don't care.
Over it. I just want Will. Will's the only person left in this house that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
I would be okay with Keanu doing Will.
Well, here's the thing. I would as well, but he needs to like rein in his gameplay because he's terrible at it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's the issue. Like, I feel like if he was not playing, he has some badly as
good moves.
He does.
Like the way he was like playing Vince and stuff this past week, but it's like for every one good move, he has like 5 bad moves. Yeah.
But I actually agree with you. I feel like he's like an asterisk. Like, I'm like on the fence, but
everyone
else
would probably be a good returning player.
I think so.
But yeah, I agree. Will is the only one I would be okay with winning at this point.
I want him and his chocolate drop to win all the money.
Oh, when Julie said, "Am I your lemon drop?" I was like, Julie.
He died. His reaction.
Yeah, he was like,
killed me.
You could tell that he's a person who's not often speechless, and he was speechless. Oh my gosh. What other? I'm watching The Housewives, but
I did watch the first 2.5 episodes of Are You My First, which is that Virgin show on Hulu. It's okay. Like, there's this girl on there who she's like super hot, and you're like, how are you a virgin? And then you come to find out that she has vaginismus. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh, I saw a clip of this.
When something enters her body like clamps up like a fucking like Venus flytrap. So like she can't do anything.
What's that movie with? What's that horror movie with the deadly vagina?
Isn't that Teeth?
Yes, Teeth.
I never watched it, but I remember hearing about it.
Yeah.
But yes, like she can't...
They can't give her a muscle relaxer for this? Like, I feel like there should be a solution.
I don't know. And
Modern
of course,
medicine.
Like, the guy that she's talking to is like the biggest nerd on the show. So I'm just kind of like... It's cute, but yeah, I don't know. The premise is weird. And they're all just like horny virgins.
It's just like...
So, we'll see.
There's so many issues with it. Like, first of all, why is Colton hosting a show? Like, you're problematic. Mm-hmm. Not because you're gay, because you're a stalker.
Well, did you see that Caitlin Bristow had Chris Harrison on her podcast?
What?
She had Chris Harrison on. I was going to start listening to her again, and then I saw that she had Chris Harrison. I was like, never mind. Because she was like recapping. She was doing, because this was, whatever, her anniversary of her season.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like recapping and interviewing all her past, I almost said contestants, like her past like love interests. Mm-hmm. And so she like, and then ended up interviewing Chris Harrison. And I was like, okay, that's not
okay. I hate that
you've
that's
ever done.
Fucking
so I was
weird.
Like, all right, never mind. I'm not even going to listen to your podcast. I'm just going to unfollow that real quick.
That's super weird. Well, I think it's super weird that she's hosting this as well. And also like just the whole thing of like virginity is just so
I know
fucking weird. And like why are we talking about it? It's such like this like far right religious Christian just,
and that's what it is. It's like a lot of these people was like, oh, I was a Mormon, mm-hmm. or you know my religious background. It's like okay, like I don't
you're just care. Like making it a bigger deal than it mm-hmm. needs to be.
It shouldn't be this whole thing. And
like I guarantee you your first time is not going to be good. So
it's
like
not. And that's a
get it over with.
That's like the whole point of it. Like it's never going. I would love to find someone that actually has like a good lost my virginity story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tell us if you do. I definitely want to hear it.
Spin-off series.
People telling us they're losing their virginity stories.
I mean,
that sounds amazing. Oh my God.
You know, I love talking about sex. So
seriously, we're all in. Literally. Okay. Yeah. So that show, we're watching it for, research purposes. Cause I'm going to start watching it too.
Yeah. Like it's nothing, it's a really good background noise.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't think I could concentrate on it without throwing something in my TV.
Yeah. It's not anything great, but because actually there was a Bachelor contestant. He was on Katie Thurston's season of The Bachelorette. He was a virgin. Yeah, because he like came on the screen and I was like, that's the guy from Bachelor. Like I remember him being on the show. His mm-hmm. name was Mike and he's like 32, 33 or whatever. And he's like still a virgin. And I'm like, why do you want to like put yourself out there like that?
Seriously.
Yeah, so now he came back on the show. He's on this show.
Can we just download Tinder for these people or no? I guess not. Okay.
I mean, they're not bad looking people either. Like the one boy that I'm like shocked that he's a virgin because he looks like a fuckboy. Like he has the pretty face like he would, you know. So I don't know.
Okay. I mean, listen, I see plenty of not attractive looking people bagging catching plenty of bodies. You know what I mean?
I know. You're not wrong.
All right.
I shouldn't judge.
I mean, they went on a show called Are You My First?
I know.
They're asking for it.
They are. True.
All right. So I think that's pretty much it for reality. Scripted, I did watch Hunting Wives on Netflix.
Oh, how was it?
It's so fucking good. It's so good. It's only 8 episodes. It's very gay. Lots of girl on girl action, but it's like gay for the straights, not gay for the gays. You know what I mean?
Though.
Yeah, great casting. Brittany Snow, Malin Ackerman, I want to say.
Yeah, Malin Ackerman.
And how am I going to forget his name right now? I got to look him up. You're going to know exactly.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. Like people are like obsessed with it.
Dermot Mulroney.
Oh, I fucking love him.
He's good in it. He's really good in it. He's like this uber Republican, like CEO who decides to run for governor.
He must play that perfectly because that so screams.
Good. Yeah. But
I loved him in My Best Friend's Wedding.
Oh, I did love that one. I also loved The Wedding Date, which is not a good movie, but I still love it so much. I watch it every time it's on TV. Mm-hmm. Although they did have a Nicole Kidman wig situation going on for Malin Ackerman, which made it so distracting. I'm like, you spent so much money to produce this TV show, get all these big name actors, do all the shit, and you can't get her a good wig. Or just don't even put her in a wig. Why is she in a wig? They said that she was like too blonde and they wanted to be true to the character in the story, but because it's based on a book, but they completely changed the ending of the book. Literally, they changed the killer from who the killer is in the book to the TV show. So you couldn't change her hair color?
Okay. Interesting.
Confusing. It's just like so distracting. But it's very good. Highly, highly recommend. It's a good
it's on my running list.
Binge.
I know, but shows to watch.
It's good. And then I started Wednesday season 2.
Yeah. But I think I'm going to wait until the second drop so I can just watch it all at once.
Yeah, I rewatched the first season before I started this, and probably by the time I get caught up,
I know, but there was like a couple people that I didn't know were in it. Like I didn't know Billie Piper was in it, and I love her. Piper. She was on Doctor Who. She was Rose Tyler.
Okay.
And I had seen on Tumblr that she was in there, and same thing with Thandie Newton, who she was in Westworld, and I loved her.
Tumblr?
Yeah.
In 2025?
Yeah, I've been on Tumblr since like forever.
I didn't know that it was still around. Mm-hmm. Wow. I mean, listen, I was on Tumblr back in the day. I didn't know it was still around. This is news.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, then there was like a bunch of people that were in it that. And then I know like Lady Gaga did this like announcement recently that one of her new songs is going to be in the second drop.
Okay. Yeah. In the first episode, they had Bruce Springsteen on the soundtrack. I was like, what? Yeah. I was like, okay.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm sure that'll be really good. And I did hear, and I've already seen it from like the first 2 episodes, that it's much like darker, scarier.
Okay.
Like more mature than the first season. And then only other thing I watched was the Biggest Loser documentary on Netflix.
How was that?
Dark. We have been talking so much about weight and fat phobia and stuff recently.
But it's just been like, it's been thrown in our faces again. Mm-hmm. I was watching this, this woman that I follow on Instagram. I think you might follow her too. Find Food Freedom. She's like kind of like she did a whole like 2.5 minute long video about like Serena Williams and the GLP-1s. And I was like reading the comments, and someone said that like her husband is like, and that's why she's probably doing it. So I don't know. It just muddies the water in general. And it sucks when you have, especially a Black woman who has kind of more of a masculine body, coming on here and being like, well, I need to lose weight to be like, to more or less look more feminine. It's like, all right, like, come on. Like, you have all these young girls and other women that look up to you because you don't give a fuck. That's why, like, I like Alona Mar. Like, she doesn't care. She's
That's
like, listen,
exactly what I was going to say.
Because
like, she's like, I'm strong. Like, look what this body can do. And that's what both of the Williams sisters have always, like, preached. So, and now
it's just a little, like, disappointing when that happens, you know? Because especially for me, like, I'm broad chested, I'm broad backed, like I'm big up top. So it's like, you see these women that look like you and you're like, okay, like you make me feel better about myself. So then it sucks when you see
that they're unhappy with that. Yeah.
I know. It just sucks that like, and we talk about this all the time, that weight is still such a prominent thing, and it gets to me, it gets to you, it gets to everybody. Cause like, we feel like we have to look a certain way in order to fit in with society. And it's like watching this documentary and seeing, how far we've come from when Biggest Loser was one of the biggest TV shows on cable, and, seeing how far we've come with that, but also seeing the lasting effect that it's had on these people's lives and looking back on it and being like, how did we think this was okay? And
there's a lot of like kind of justifying in it. Jillian Michaels did decline to be a part of it.
I heard, and then she's like going off on like Bob Harper?
Bob Harper.
Yeah. And
okay,
like,
Bob Harper is also a villain though. I'm sorry. He is also a villain because he was like, we didn't do anything wrong. Blah, blah, blah. No. But she's going off on him for like even mentioning her name and like being in this documentary. But also Jillian Michaels is fucking problematic because just a few weeks ago she went off talking about how stop blaming white people for slavery.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
But yeah. And everyone was like, what? And she's like, yeah, everything is always white people bad. And I'm like, yeah. Also, like, why are you qualified to even talk about this? Like, stay in your fucking lane, you weirdo. Yeah, so, I mean, that's who was the trainer on Biggest Loser. So here you go.
But I remember, like, watching that show. Like, me and my mom watched it, like, all the time. And it's like, crazy.
Just, like, unbelievable.
And, like, people would, like, have heart attacks and shit because, like, they're dropping weight, like, way too quickly.
Because they were eating 600 calories and burning 3,000 calories with their workouts. Like, it's just unbelievable that it was allowed to go on for that long. And so they do actually have the doctor who was like the resident doctor. And at first I was like, get this fucking guy off the screen. Like, he's as much of the problem as everyone else. But then the more he talks, he's like, no, they would go behind my back. They wouldn't tell me.
I believe it.
Yeah, of course. And he's like, they would tell me what the day's activity was going to be. And then I would see the filming later and realize it was not what they told me. It wasn't safe.
Yeah.
So he feels like very betrayed. And yeah, it's very sad and dark, but it was really well done.
I do want to watch it.
Yeah. I think it's like 3 episodes. It's worth the watch, but it's, I got to stay away from this for a little bit because we've been on a kick of this recently. And I'm like, ugh, it's getting depressing.
Although I did see, I don't know if you saw that they're actually going to do a limited series on Karen Reed. And Elizabeth Banks is going to be Karen Reed.
Oh, that sounds good.
So I'm interested in that. That I think will be good. But, I will say, okay, no, actually I do have a book news thing. Lily Reinhart is adapting The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, which I really liked. And the content that she is putting on her TikTok is phenomenal. Like, she is just doing all like these TikTok memes with the main star, and she's carrying the promos of this movie on her back. Like, I gotta follow her. So good. They're so good. I can't wait because I liked the book. I listened to it. And I do like Ali Hazelwood. I've read like 2 others of hers.
I bought Love Hypothesis, but I haven't read it yet.
I want to get the special edition one. I feel like I'm in my special edition era now. I haven't bought any yet, but I think that's going to be like my new thing.
They have so many.
I know.
Problem. Yeah, I definitely need to follow her, but I actually didn't even know that they were adapting that. There's something else recently I saw they were adapting.
They're doing It Happened One Summer with Nina Dobrev.
Oh,
and Tyler Hoechlin from Teen Wolf.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be good. I didn't read that one. I read this follow-up, which was Hook, Line, and Sinker, like forever ago. So I do want to like read this one, but they're doing a lot of like romance. They're like adapting a shit ton of romance movies or books, which is great because I feel like these authors, and they're like smutty books too.
Well, it's like instead of having just like a million of the same Hallmark movies, now you can take these concepts from these books and make like the same general idea.
Yep. So I think it's going to be, I think the next couple years of film are going to be pretty good.
I like it.
Me too.
All right. Any other TV, movies? Non-movie and non-TV. I did go see My Chemical Romance this month.
You did?
All of the elder emos.
I've been I know. Like people, like there were so many people that I know that were at that concert. Like my entire like Facebook and Instagram feeds and stories were just so many people at that concert.
I personally know at least 30 people who are there.
Crazy.
Like, because I posted that I was there. Mad people were like responding to my story, and a couple other people I saw were there. My cousins were there. I didn't even know. Like, just crazy the amount of people that went. And now they're doing like a European tour. Oh, also it was very political, the show.
Was it?
Yeah, so there was this big thing that a bunch of conservative people were selling their tickets because the My Chem show is too woke. And it's like, have you ever listened to emo music in your life? It's all woke. But it was actually like there was a lot of violence. There's like a clown that like there's like a suicide clown who like blew himself up on stage. And then there's like this part where there's like these captives and they shoot them and there was like gunshot sounds.
All right.
And you have this piece of paper that says yay or nay about like executing them or not. Yeah, it was very fucked up.
Okay.
But great.
All right, well, listen, if we're going to add music as like a new thing, because I would love that. Sabrina Carpenter's new album dropped today.
Have you listened to it already?
Yes. Obsessed with Tears, and the music video, me and Millie watched like 5 Sabrina Carpenter music videos this morning, and she was very entranced. Sucked her thumb, was zoned in. I loved it so much. And so Tears, it's hilarious because it's like a horny song, not a sad song. And because all her songs are about sex, and I love it so goddamn much. So that was really good. And also Halsey did a re-release of Badlands. It's been 10 years, and that was like my favorite album of hers. It's been
10 years? That's such a good album.
And that's my favorite album of hers. And so she's actually going on tour with it. She's starting soon. She's going to be in New York in January, so I'm tempted. We'll see. It's a Monday, and I'm just like, I can't do weekday concerts anymore.
I know.
I'm too old for this shit. But so I haven't listened yet to the re-release because it's like 3. It's like 3 albums.
Wow.
She released a bunch of stuff. So, but yeah, so 2 of my like pop queens.
Okay.
Some stuff.
I love to hear it. Oh, wait, another music thing.
I mean, we could add this. This could be
We're
a new
adding
edition,
this
because I also fucking love music.
Okay, this is so weird because, all right, so one of my favorite screamo bands of all time is Woe Is Me, and
I saw you made a post about something.
Yeah, so I was very into them when I was younger. I actually have a lyric of theirs tattooed on me. When their lead singer left, I actually cried because it was so sad for me. I was like 20, but anyway, that's not the point. And then they got a new lead singer who was not that good. But the point is, then they broke up because it wasn't really working out with this new lead singer. And then this past month, they dropped a new album after 12 years.
That's crazy.
So I've been waiting 12 years for this. And the new
album...
Without
even knowing it.
Without even knowing. And the new album is pretty good. I'm not like 100% sold yet. But it still is like their sound, and I love it. And I'm just so happy they're back.
What a great birthday gift. They just knew.
They
like,
knew.
Kelsey's turning 35. This is kind of like a milestone.
They're like, oh, this girl who used to watch us from the side of the stage, like, now she's 35. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, so okay, exciting. We're adding music corner, we're adding book music, topics.
I could talk about everything. If it's in pop culture, it's for me.
And it's fair game for us. Okay, podcasts. Did you listen to any good podcasts this month?
Well, I'm doing my podcast shout outs now because but I wanted to actually shout out Morning Announcements with Sammy Sage because I feel like, especially with like the elections coming up and everything, they're so good. She just does like a 5-minute Monday through Friday every morning. She puts out like a political podcast, keeping you up to date on like headlines and important things that are happening. And you know, because like I like Pod Save America, but it is long and it's very like detailed, where she just kind of gives you a quick, and she's so fucking funny. Like she's like
so dry and sarcastic.
Yeah, and it's so like I love it. And so I just think that if anyone who doesn't want to like listen to long form podcasts about politics, this is like a perfect. I listen to it every morning because it's
and it's good to listen to in the morning. Yeah,
it's because less than 10 minutes of your time.
It doesn't ruin your whole day. It doesn't make you start like doom scrolling or anything. It's just a way to keep updated and not like dive in too fully. So yeah, I agree. I also love her podcast. The only episode that I actually want to call out was that I listened to on the Ringer Reality Network. Rachel Lindsay interviewed Sheena Shea about her new book, which is actually really funny because Rachel Lindsay was talking mad shit about Sheena Shea's book like a week before. I was like, I'm never reading this shit.
Who is Sheena Shea?
She's from Vanderpump.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, you would know her if you saw her because, like, for some reason, even if you're not on Bravo, this bitch shows up everywhere.
Okay.
I can't stand her. Most people can't. But anyway, so long story short, during the whole thing of Scandal, she basically like got into this huge fight with Ariana, who was her best friend, and said like, oh, you have to keep filming because like we need to keep this show going because I need to get a paycheck and blah, blah, blah. And then she kind of like took Tom Sandoval's side a little bit. Or no. She acted like she was as betrayed as Ariana was because she was friends with Tom Sandoval.
Okay.
Made it all about her. Then come to find out when she releases her book that her husband had cheated on her while she was pregnant with her baby, and she knew about it through that entire season of Vanderpump, never brought it up, even though it would have helped the show's ratings.
Wow.
And she just saved it for the release of her book. So anyway, Rachel Lindsay was like, I'm never reading this dumbass book. I can't stand Sheena Shea. A week later, she's like, Sheena, I read your book. Ugh. And she did call her out and was like, so what would you say to the fans who don't want to see you on the Valley? Like me, because I don't want to see you on the Valley. And Sheena was like, yeah, I know you don't. Unfortunately, she is going to be on the Valley, which hurts my heart. One day you will watch Vanderpump in its entirety and you'll understand all the lore.
Eventually.
I know.
There's just so many shows and
I know. And it's a big one. It's 11 seasons.
I know.
Well, season 11 sucks. It's 10 seasons that you have to watch.
Well, listen, anyway, if I eventually go fully remote, I will have no Millie here for 6 hours.
It is a good background show.
Exactly. That's something I can throw on.
Yeah, I put it on the background during COVID, I think. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so it was a very good interview, and they like talked about the book because I'm obviously never going to read the book. Can't stand her. But they did give like the general gist, and I just thought it was so funny that she was like, I'm not doing this. And then she's like, oh, this is my job, and it seems I have to. Fuck my life.
Seems I don't have a choice.
Yeah. And I do listen to Rachel Lindsay's Bravo recaps. Okay. They're not like amazing, but I throw it on when I don't really have anything else to listen to. So, yeah. Any other podcast shout outs you have?
No. That's my August shout out.
Wow, I was like, we have nothing to talk about. It's been an hour.
Just talking to my best friend. Of course it's gonna go an hour.
I know. We could chat. We could chat even longer.
We could.
All right. Anything else?
No, we're good.
Well, that's all we have for you this month. If you like what you heard, please make sure to follow, subscribe, and rate and review the podcast on whatever platform you're using. If you have any book recommendations or questions for us or stories about when you lost your virginity, you can email us at fullybookedcalfpod@gmail.com.
Die if anyone does. It'll make
my
entire year.
Literally. And we can share it anonymously if you give us permission. Also, go on and follow us on our socials to see our upcoming reads. We're on Instagram and TikTok at fullybookedcalfpod. We also have a lot of book recommendations without trigger warnings. So check those out too. Thanks for checking us out. And remember,
if you need us, we're fully booked.
Bye.